Good morning to our teacher and friends. My name is Kim Feng, and my group members are Chang Tong, Samuel, and Jun Yao. Today, we are going to present about greenhouse effect. In the presentations, we will discuss about the meaning, factor, and the impacts of greenhouse effect. By the ways, we will also discuss the ways to reduce it. Now, what is the meaning of greenhouse effect? Greenhouse effect is a process that occurs when gases in Earth's atmosphere trap the sun's heat. It will make us back hotter than before. For example of the gases is water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, and some artificial chemicals such as chlorofluorocarbons. Now, Junel is going to talk about the factor of greenhouse effect.
Okay, the next slide that I want to talk is the factors of human being that causes greenhouse effect happen. For the first point, it is the burning of fossil fuels, the primary greenhouse gas emitted through human activities. It is changing Earth's natural greenhouse effect. For the example, the burning fossil fuels like coal and oil carry out more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Then, for the second point, it is deforestation or burning forests. The trees help us to absorb the carbon dioxide and release oxygen using the process of photosynthesis. Due to deforestation, the carbon dioxide level is continuously increasing. This is also the cause of increase in the greenhouse effect. For the extra factors, it is factors from nature. The other three factors that directly influence the energy balance of the earth is the total energy influx, which depends on the earth's distance from the sun and on solar activity, the chemical composition of the atmosphere, and albedo, the ability of the earth's surface to reflect light. And now I will pass the next slide to Samuel.
Okay, now I will explain the impact of greenhouse effects. First, I will talk about the effects on the environment. The greenhouse effect will cause climate change and global warming, such as extreme weather, food supply disruption, and increased wildfires. As climate change worsens, more frequent and intense drought, heat waves, storms, rising sea levels, melting glaciers, and warming oceans can directly harm animals or destroy the place they live, and wreak havoc on people's livelihood and communities. Here are some photos of cases that had happened in our real life. The next impact of the greenhouse effect is for humans and animals. The factor of greenhouse effects can directly contribute to respiratory disease from smoke and air pollution. Besides, it can reduce food security too. For an example of cases that truly happen in North America, rising temperature may reduce corn and wheat productivity in the U.S. Midwest. The productivity of rice is the staple food of more than one-third of the world's population. It will drop 10% for every 1 degree Celsius increase in temperature. Furthermore, the greenhouse effect also causes pests and disease to multiply. Rising temperatures are beneficial to horticultural pests, disease and disease vectors. In Southeast Asia, where malaria has been reduced to the only wet season in most areas, it is again endemic almost everywhere year-round. So, we should take some action to reduce the problems. The first way is we can travel without greenhouse gas, can reduce emission by using some alternative technology that either don't need so much gas line. Example of alternative technology is hybrid cars, bicycles, and electric cars. We can also be using public transportation, carpooling, biking, and walking, which leads to fewer vehicles on the road, and greenhouse gases will become less in the atmosphere. Other than that, we can make it easier for people to lower greenhouse gas emissions by adding bus routing, bike paths, and sidewalks. So we don't need to buy alternative technology again. Now I will pass the next point to Chantong.
And now I will talk about the second point. We can use the renewable energy. More of electrical in the United States come from polluting coal-fired power plants. Power plants are the single largest source of heat trapping gas. For example, solar, wind, geothermal, and hydro energy. The wind energy produced in Denmark. It provides about 10% of the country's total needs. And the third point is we can use energy saving light bulbs. It could reduce the global warming pollution by more than 90 billion pounds over the life of the bulbs if households in United States replace one regular light bulb with an energy saving model. The way same as taking 6.3 million cars off the road. It replaces your incandescent bulb with more efficient compact fluorescent, which now come in all shapes and sizes. It uses a quarter of the energy incandescent lights use and lasts 10 times as long. It can be reducing greenhouse gas emission and save money on your electric bills and light bulbs. Next, the fourth way is we can take carbon dioxide off the air. Planting trees, bamboo, and other plants increases the number of carbon sinks. It can conserve forests, grasslands, peatlands, and wetlands, where carbon is held in the plants and soils. Protect existing carbon sinks. For example, planting crops, cover crops, and crop rotation keep soils healthy so that they are effective carbon sinks. There are also carbon dioxide removal technologies which may be able to pull the large amount of greenhouse gases out of the atmosphere. Last, I will pass back to Kim Fong to telling us the conclusion.
In the conclusions, we think that all the countries are facing the air impact of greenhouse effects. All the government and non-governmental organizations need to take appropriate and concerned measures to control the emissions of greenhouse gases. We need to promote the greater use of renewable energy and forestation. It's a duty of every individual to protect the environment and not use such means that harm the atmosphere. We must protect our environment, else the day is not far away when life on Earth will also become difficult. It's end of our presentations. Thanks for your patience.